Sis made this one.
I've been trapping shit, and these are still irrelevant. It's money missions on my day to day. Gotta make it like I spin. Fuck these niggas, get my ends. I need bands, stuffing bags. Buy me houses, pull out back. If they lurking, got the strap. Ain't the type who gon' finesse, but I'm running up a check. Respect it. If I'm flexing, all these blessings. Wake up. Looking forward to the commas. I'm still killing for her, let's be honest. Fuck, I'm good, I met his mama. I ain't wanna, I secured a bag. Got a couple niggas get on my ass and they put me on the tab. I been raw running, like I stole something. Got the money bag, I can't fold nothing. That's your in her. We been falling. to me, I'm a grown woman.
All I know is money. 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s. Big bang, roll, thumbing. Catch me out here with the moves I've been rolling. That's all I know. All I know is money. 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s. Big bang, roll, thumbing. Catch me out here with the moves I've been rolling. That's all I know.
I'm just thinking about something. 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 What you thinking? I'm thinking I need a new approach. Watch I sling these bars like I'm moving dope. Watch I sling these bars like I'm dealing soap. I don't wanna do this in vain when I'm feeling dope. Heroin a story, not for fame or glory. Just a world worth soldier and it's mandatory. Focus on the mission, listen cause it's getting gory. Picking off a metaphor and a simile shortly. Like, I'm feeling Groundhog's Day. Feeling like the winter when I start each day. Feeling like the winter when I start each day. How I'm feeling all the lyrics, this is all Coldplay. A head full of dreams and every teardrop is a waterfall. Hardest part I'm always in my head, it's in the way I talk. Swallowed by the sea, so my flow is like a raging squall. Here to change the climate of the world, I do it with my thoughts. Flowing from a pool of thoughts. Okay. Swimming with a herd of sharks. Frenzy on the beat, I sink my teeth and tear the thing apart. Between some rolling thunder and my heart can tear the things apart. Oh Lord, I think I hear the storm approaching. It's like, oh Lord, I think I see the storm approaching. Now I'm in the eye of it. Why is it never calm? Is the fire inside the fighter inside of me trying to warm me? Know that down in depression is trying to harm me, but armed with a sword in my pen it cannot disarm me. Now alarming when you waking up in the midst of fools who remain confused until reality to hit the snooze. Imaginary rules getting views on the YouTubes. Bunch of bad choices waiting like you choose. We all lose when the lies and the truth match. True facts on alternative tracks. All lives matter except when it's black and you keep looking for aggression in the pacifist act. I mean, we live for the night, awaiting the morn. See the burden of life, awaiting we mourn. And we don't control the way we born. Just keep looking for the sun as we awaiting the storm. Come on. From a pool of thoughts, swimming with a herd of sharks. Frenzy on the beat, I sink my teeth and tear the thing apart. Between some rolling thunder and my heart can tear the things apart. Oh Lord, I think I hear the storm approaching. It's like, oh Lord, I think I see the storm approaching. Here comes the rain and my brain will begin. Grab life by the horns and I'm reining it in. Brain in the clouds so it's raining again. I remain in the arc once my art starts to swim. If I put my heart in this Artemis part in this, cause the art in this like the arsonist burning through every targeted. Bang weather with punchlines in a box of wit. Couple jabs and a hook, it's just the start of it. Onslaught, I can't stop it until I feel my hunger. Hear the thunder, ain't it enlightening how I amazing wonder. Going back to fighting, I'm raining, about to take it under. Another fatality, flawless, how I rip it asunder. Yeah, just another mental chess match. Play it like it's checkers in the end, you better king that. Sitting on my throne, I'm feeling home, I got my dream back. Jumping off the cliff and I ain't scared to let the wings fly. Flowing from a pool of thoughts, swimming with a herd of sharks. Frenzy on the beat, I sink my teeth and tear the thing apart. Between some rolling thunder and my heart can tear the things apart. Oh Lord, I think I hear the storm approaching. It's like, oh Lord, I think I see the storm approaching.
Breaking loose and I don't know what to do. I know who I can't go to. You're the calm in the midst of my chaos. When all walls are caving in and I call on my family and friends, but no help to me they can't send. You're the calm in the midst of my chaos. It's you who calm the seas. It's you who control everything. to do. No doubt you will see me through. You're the calm in the midst of my chaos. It's you who calm the seas. It's you who control everything that I see. It's you who cures all sickness and disease. It's even you who created me. So when all hell is breaking loose and I don't know what to do, I know who I can't go to. You're the calm in the midst of my chaos. When my world is tearing apart and I don't know where to start, I'll look deep within my heart. You're the calm in the midst of my chaos. It's you who calm the seas. It's you who control everything that I see. It's you who cures all sickness and disease. It's even you who created me. You're the calm in the midst of my, 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 calm in the midst of my chaos. You're the calm in the midst of my, 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 calm in the midst of my chaos.
Yeah, 1 2 1 2. Think I lost my lyrics. Yeah, yeah. I say damn, that's my jam, and I don't think you understand. That's my jam, nothing between me and my fam. That's my jam. There ain't an obstacle they hand me. I keep on standing. Now every time I'm in the room, watch me change the state. And when I open up my eyes, it's my day to day. Even with 23 and me, I bet they can't relate. I bet on fate, the next you know we here to celebrate. Yeah, hella greats, never breaks, demonstrates. We just sticking to the stakes. Odds are I'm in my prime when I even out the weight. It ain't hard for me to find, it's not really me to trace. It's enough to be defined, I don't need another state. At this rate, they just watch me grow. Add like me goes, want it all, me dose. I'm the type to need foes, plus 5 seagulls. You gon' need a peephole just to recognize my style. Everybody that missed got flipped and recognized me now. I say damn, that's my jam, and I don't think you understand. That's my jam, nothing between me and my fam. That's my jam, there ain't an obstacle they hand me. I keep on standing, can't miss my chance. I'm talking big things, spitting big flames on that big stage. Now watch me go. I'm talking big things, spitting big flames on that big stage till I'm the GOAT. Yeah, glad I opened my eyes, evaporated my pride, moved to the side. Small pence don't try, in my head they don't fly. About to live in my life, no strife. I'm gotta look in my lane, no strikes. It's butter when you let go of that knife. Just other words that'll change your life. So you can vibe to that beat, let them sob to your peak, let them inch to your feet, let them know you don't seek no energy that's too weak. Heavy guard in my cheek, like a flat iron draw heat. Painted with a motif, I'm scared of you like ink. Yeah, growing inside of control, wherever the weather go bold, it's bound to get better, you know. Together you tether, don't feel it and let them just blow. Whoa, I don't fold, I let go what I can't control. You can't catch me in the doze, I'm too vibrant in my soul. I say damn, that's my jam, and I don't think you understand. That's my jam, nothing between me and my fam. That's my jam, there ain't an obstacle they hand me. I keep on standing, can't miss my chance. I'm talking big things, spitting big flames on that big stage.
What up, world? It's your homeboy Wordplay TJ, and I'm live, hanging out with you. I'm gonna find some music to put in the background as soon as I find it. Let's play some G Bangs. Get that playing in the background a little bit. Turn that down. Let's see. There we go. Got a little mood music. I don't want it too loud though. I want it blasting out. Really quick in the chat, let me know if you can hear the background music. Welcome everybody. What's up, Bankhead? Hopefully everybody that's around can stick around for the entire hour. I'm going to be answering music business questions. I'm going to talk a little bit about Tidal and a new program that they released. And I'm going to get everything ready to go. Let's see. I don't want the music to be too loud in the background. So it doesn't look like it's registering right now. It's louder to me than it is for everybody else, I think. I want it like barely audible. All right. So here we go. So once again, welcome everybody. My name is WordPlay TJ. I'm a hip hop artist and producer from Little Rock, Arkansas. And what I do is I make music for the underdog. And I'm here to kind of answer your questions, give you tips and tricks as I go along in my music career and learn new things. Shout out to Icarus Gray in the chat, just managing and monitoring that. Shout out to Bankhead, longtime friend and homie coming in to support. And we want to make sure that you hit that like button. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air style. You know how Hillary used to be like. Yeah, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Be sure to give the algorithm a little bit of a push so it can show this live stream to many more people. And we can keep this thing rolling. So I'm really I'm really curious. How's everybody feeling? Let me know in the chat. If you're feeling good, you're not having such a good day. Is it just on the up and up? Are you off work? Are you ready for Thanksgiving? Just like, what's up? Let's kind of start there, and then I'll get into the main topic. While I'm waiting on those responses, be sure to follow me at WordPlayTJ on every social media outlet. So whether it be here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatsoever, be sure to follow me there on those platforms. Is my audio okay? Want to make sure that there's no like sound issues with that. My microphone, stuff like that. It's been a long work day. Yeah, for sure. We just finished recording the podcast earlier, so that's probably why Icarus Gray is a little worn out. We got some technical things in the background that we want to fix for the podcast and get those out. If you don't know much about the podcast, it's called No Rhyme or Reason. It's out there on all those platforms that play podcasts, and as well on it's also on YouTube. So you can listen to our podcast. We talk about everything hip hop for no reason at all. So we just kind of pay attention to the culture, whether it be, from a black nerd male perspective, and we make commentary based off of that. We try to be as honest as we possibly can, and we try to be as accurate as possible while we're sharing our opinions and things of that nature. But sometimes we get it wrong, sometimes we get it right, and that's just the nature of those conversations. So that's it. So I want to go ahead and get into the main topic. The main topic today is about Tidal and allowing musicians to earn direct dollars from fans. And I put fans in quote for for a really good reason. Let's backtrack a little bit and talk about what Tidal is. So Tidal is a streaming service for those that have been somewhere hiding in a cave for the last few years. Created by Jay-Z and a host of other musicians, most of them signed to record labels and some of them independent. But Tidal was originally designed to, give artists some independence around their royalties and their monetization. So the main goal was to have a streaming service that worked better for artists in general. And originally Tidal was purchased as an app from a Swedish company. It got turned over, sold to all of these shareholders, most of them that you can see on the screen. And then once it made it over here to the Americas, that's when they started to grow a subscriber base. Now, Tidal has been controversial, and this image that you see on the screen is the most controversial part of it, is that, you know, it basically they're advocating for artists and things of that nature, but everybody you see on the screen are, for the most part, are multimillionaires. So it's kind of like, you're advocating for artists and the royalties and that type of thing, and that doesn't mean that they can't do that. It just means that ultimately people are a little bit confused with the messaging. So this image that you see on the screen sent a signal that, hey, as far as being an independent artist and things of that nature, like, I don't know if you resonate the same way that that I resonate, you know, Jay-Z. I don't know if Jay-Z has the same musician problems that I have. And so that was a little bit of pushback that the public gave for this particular photo. Fast forward, Tidal has grown. It's pretty successful as a music streaming app. It's not the most successful. Spotify is. But it's up there on the list, and they keep improving and doing better. Most recently in the news, Jack Dorsey, the founder and CEO of Twitter, under his company Square, they purchased Tidal, and Jay-Z still is on the board. Many other of the investors, I'm not sure of their stake in the music company, but Dorsey basically has purchased Tidal in order to kind of give it more of a social push, and also to give it a more of the tools that are needed in order to pay artists. And that's one of the tools that I want to talk about here today in our main topic. So Tidal allowing musicians to earn dollars directly from fans. So let's go ahead and jump into my screen and take a look at some of their facts that they've provided artists with. So if you're an independent artist and you have gotten a email from your distributor or from Tidal about their Direct Artists Payouts program, then it's your choice to opt in to that program and receive those direct artist payouts. But they're letting people opt in for only a limited amount of time. It's an experimental program, but I'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. But ultimately, the way to opt in is to wait for an email from your distributor, or if you have DistroKid like myself and the artists on the Map Music Group, we just went into DistroKid and we accepted all of the terms in order to receive those payments, and we'll see what happens as we go along. So yeah, let's talk about direct artist payouts and exactly what that is. So according to Tidal, the direct artist payout program is an experimental program, right? So this is an experimental program that aims to give artists access to another payment stream by allocating up to 10% of Hi-Fi Plus subscriber fees, right? So those fees that Hi-Fi Plus subscribers pay, you'll get up to 10% of that. Now, we'll talk about the numbers in a second because this is where I draw some issue. Even though ultimately I think this is a move in the right direction. So they said that they will pay this money directly to the account's top streamed artist. This will allow artists to benefit directly from the support of their fans on Tidal. Really quick before I go forward, be sure to share this video with somebody else. Make sure to give this a thumbs up if you're watching it, because that's super, super important. Everybody that's watching, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And then share it to somebody that might get something out of it. Be sure to add your questions in the chat if you're paying attention, and then specifically about Tidal, and then add more questions. We'll open up the Q&A section here in a little bit. Really quick, I want to back up to this part where it says Tidal will be allocating up to 10% of a Hi-Fi Plus subscribers' fees. So that had I started to question what was going on here, and I was just like, okay, so what does that really mean? Up to 10%. So I wanted to know what the tiers are. And by the way, Tidal has recently added a free tier to their program. It will be an ad-supported tier with limited interruptions, and then their Hi-Fi service starts at $10 per month, and then Hi-Fi Plus starts at $20 per month, and this is according to CNET.com. If we go back to Tidal and read some of the subscription rates, they're matching 1-to-1. They don't mention the free they don't mention the free subscription type here, but I guess because it's not an actual subscription, if it's free, then it's not worth mentioning. So I guess that makes sense. But my biggest concern is Hi-Fi Plus is $20 a month. Lossless high fidelity sound. Sorry about that if you can't see. Lossless high fidelity sound and mastered quality audio, right? So that's great. $20 a month though, 10% of that is going to be just $2. So folks can earn up to $2 if, that's a big if that artist is that person's top streamed artist. So there's two qualifiers here, which makes it more difficult for this to happen. But you could convince your fans to listen to you this way, and that's probably what Tidal is betting on. So the first condition is that they have to have Hi-Fi Plus, which means they have to pay upwards up to $20 a month, and that's $240 a year. And then out of that $240, they have to also listen to you the most in a month's time. So I find it hard to believe that many listeners are going to listen to, say, us independent artists as much as they do the major artists. And that's what makes this experimental program really, really tricky for me. I'm concerned that you would have to go convince your fans to listen if they have title, and you have to also convince your fans, if they don't have title, to get the Hi-Fi Plus, basically pay $240 in order for this to work. And then on the top end, you can get like $2 back. So I wonder what type of struggles independent artists are going to have with this particular program. But let's go ahead and take a look at how this program exactly works for artists, and then we'll dive more into my questions. So this is what it says. It says, we strongly believe that it's critical to introduce new avenues for artists to make money in order to ensure a sustainable future for them. With the Direct Artists Payouts program, we're looking to provide supplemental support for artists as a way to enable them to create and promote their music more effectively with the help of their fans. And it's this paragraph that feels like they have the right intentions, but they're kind of placating to artists. So it makes me very, very concerned. And like Icarus Grace pointed out in the chat, like making fans spend $20 so you can get two is crazy. And they have to listen to you. They have to listen to your music the most. I just find that a difficult thing, a difficult pill to swallow for folks. Let's keep reading. The allocation will be directed to each Hi-Fi Plus subscribers' most listened to artist for the month. That's where a big question mark comes in. And I wish I was like marking up my screen right now, because that's just wild. Following the end of the month, the end of every calendar month, we will look back to the subscribers' most listened artists, and we will allocate a direct payment to that artist. Tabitha says, I would rather have fans pay me direct on Patreon or a membership website. Yes, of course. Like, I feel the same way. Like, this doesn't really help. Granted, right, you have the streaming element, which, time and time again, I talk about how streaming is the most convenient way for listeners to listen. But I feel like this program has few too many qualifiers. If this was just the baseline situation and people that paid for Spotify, or Apple Music or whatever, if their subscription was split up for every artist that they listen to, I think that would be a more fair situation. But following, let's continue reading. Following the end of the calendar month, I read that part. Qualified artists who enroll in the Direct Artists Payout program will be entitled to collect the payouts allocated to them on a monthly basis. That's fine. In the future, we'll expect to introduce additional ways which artists can receive allocations through the Direct Artists Payout program beyond just the volume of listeners in the calendar month. So that's the good part, is that this is experimental. This is an opportunity to test something and get it better. But ultimately, I wish these companies that have, millions of dollars, if not billions in some cases, I wish they would just kind of reverse this system, right? I wish they would just kind of do this first and then think about the higher paid tier. So like in the free tier, you pay artists X amount based off of the streams. In the paid tier, and it's kind of like that with royalties, so don't get me wrong, but I wish that there was direct payments from jump. Let's continue reading. We're currently collecting direct payment information from artists themselves, as well as teaming up with third-party partners in order to quickly scale direct payments. So this is where, I started off earlier talking about how in your email, you'll probably have an email from like DistroKid or CD Baby or some other partner. And I'll get down to the list of partners down here in a second, about opting into this situation. In certain instances, we may not have accurate direct payment information for artists, in which case we will hold the attributable funds for 1 year and may pay those out as soon as we gather the relevant data. That's great. I think that's great. I don't know how they're going to find people, but that is great. Let's pause for a second and read the chat. Tabitha, thank you very much for that love and appreciation. If you're watching, be sure to give this a thumbs up so everybody else on the channel can see this, so everybody can know that we're doing this. Be sure to share this, so other musicians can get to see some of the things that we're talking about here. Is this a bit of a circle jerk for the higher end artists, like a way of lining the pockets of those basically more already in contention for extra revenue? Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that too, right? Like, realistically, how many folks are going to actually go and listen to independent artists more often? And realistically, how many people are going to sign up to Tidal at that tier? Like, people don't want to spend $20 for Spotify as it is. So, like, I don't know. That's where I am. The questions. Let's continue reading. The direct to artist payments will be allocated towards recording artists of sound recordings. So they made it very specific. They're hoping to launch a similar program for songwriters. So this doesn't have to do with this doesn't have anything to do with featured artists. This doesn't have to do with the songwriters, with the producers behind the scenes. This direct artist payment goes to the primary artists on the song. That's kind of wild. I think if they're going to roll out an experimental program, and I'm being super critical right now, so don't hold me to this, but like, I think if they're going to roll out a program like this, they should do it in a way that was super mindful to everybody, every single stakeholder in the midst of recording. And I get that experimental programs like this are investments, and so they have to be careful about investments so they don't go bankrupt. But I think a company going bankrupt and doing the right thing is probably a very super progressive point of view from me. But definitely, I feel like it's worth the risk. There's more upside than downside, I believe. Let's continue. How does Tidal define an artist for this program? We allocate direct to artist payments to the primary recording artists that are listed on the track. Feature artists don't count. Can any artist register with Tidal to benefit from direct artist payouts? There's 2 ways for artists to ensure they can participate in this program. Here's option 1. Direct registration. We're working on expanding our direct registration capabilities in coordination with Square, Cash App, PayPal, payment partners. So this is what I was talking about, that partnership with Jack Dorsey and those folks about payments to artists. They're already living up to their word, which is a good part. And and starting to investigate ways that artists can be paid differently. This is currently done on an invite-only basis, and we're looking to expand this in the coming month. Partner registration. This is how most people are going to get signed up. We partner with various distribution partners to launch as partners for the program. That's redundant. Partner. All artists who are using one of these partners can begin to benefit from the program once they accept our standard terms and conditions. If you're an artist with music available on Tidal, please reach out to us directly at artistpaymentsupport@tidal.com so we can look at enabling direct registration, or alternatively, please reach out to one of our launch partners and have them reach out. So if your distributor doesn't have this, I say that you should reach out to your distributor and make sure to make this connection. And they say that too, right? You can reach out directly to artists. Let me scroll down. Artistpaymentsupport@tidal.com so we can look into enabling the direct registration with us or connect it with one of our distribution partners. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait a minute. Oh, this one. I like this one because this one's super important. It's relevant to the folks that I work with. So myself and Icarus Gray, we have a song together called "Pass the Aux," right? Where we share the royalties for the song, and it's not just like a featured thing. It's just like us as two artists releasing the track. So the question is, how are streams allocated for tracks that have more than one primary recording artist? So it says tracks that more than one primary recording artist will each have each stream split among the primary recording artists. For example, if the account streams a track 3 primary recording artists, 1/3 of that stream will be allocated to each primary recording artist. Streams are not allocated to featured artists. So on Pass the Aux, it would be a 50-50 split for myself and Icarus Gray. If a Tidal hi-fi listener is listening to our music, and if it's 10%. I teach computer science, and those conditional statements kill me. So here's what I want to do. I want to go back to our slides here. And we're going to take a quick 15 minutes too long. We're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to play my song Jam, which is out there on streaming services. You can listen to it on Tidal as well, because that's relevant to the conversation. And when we come back from the break, we will start taking Q&A. So while this music is playing, put your questions in the chat right now. While this music is playing, put your questions in the chat. Let's go ahead and take a break.
Say damn, that's my jam, and I don't think you understand. That's my jam, nothing between me and my fam. That's my jam, there ain't an obstacle they hand me. I keep on standing. Now every time I'm in the room, watch me change the state. And when I open up my eyes, it's my day to day. Even with 23 and me, I bet they can't relate. I bet on faith, and that you know we here to celebrate. Yeah, hella greats, never breaks, demonstrates. We just sticking to the stakes. that's my jam. There ain't an obstacle they hand me. I keep on standing, can't miss my chance. I'm talking big, big things, spitting big, big flames on that big, big stage. Now watch me go. I'm talking big, big things, spitting big, big flames on that big, big stage till I'm the GOAT. Yeah, glad I opened my eyes, evaporated my pride, moved to the side. Small pence don't try, in my head they don't fly. About to live in my life, no strife. I'm gonna look in my lane, no strikes is butter when you let go of that knife. Just utter words that'll change your life. So you can bob to that beat, let them sob to your peak, let them inch to your feet, let them know you don't seek no energy that's too weak. Heavy guard in my cheek, like a flat iron draw heat. Painted with a motif, I'm scared of you like heat. Yeah, growing inside of control, wherever the weather go bold, it's bound to get better, you know. Together you tether, don't fella and let them just blow. Whoa, I don't fold, I let go what I can't control. You can't catch me in the doze, I'm too vibrant in my soul. I say damn, that's my jam, and I don't think you understand. That's my jam, nothing between me and my fam. That's my jam, there ain't an obstacle they hand me. I keep on standing, can't miss my chance. I'm talking big, big things, spitting big, big flames on that big, big stage.
All right, so we are back. I just want to take a second to post this to my Facebook page. So I just want to say, hey, come on and ask your questions. If I can type questions live. Paste that there. Do some social media promotion while we're live. And get it done. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for our indie musician Q&A. So go ahead and put your questions in the chat. I will take the time to spend the next 30 minutes or so to talk about your questions and answer them as best as I possibly can. I'm going to make sure that I'm watching the live stream over here on my phone. There we go. All right. And if you do have any questions, before I start answering questions, be sure to give this a like and hit that thumbs up button to share it with somebody else. And make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section so this can be boosted by the algorithm. Be sure to get some of our merchandise that's down there from Spreadshop. You have the Indie Music Entrepreneur t-shirt available right now for $20. And also subscribe. So there's all the shameless promotion that I have to do on this live stream. Let's go ahead and read some questions. So first question comes from my homie Icarus Gray. What are your thoughts on live shows at this point in the pandemic? And then there's a part 2 to that question. When are we going on tour? Yo. So first of all, when I think about live shows, right? So answering that question, like what are the thoughts about live shows? And maybe I should put the question up on the screen. I think that would be cool. What are your thoughts on live shows? Blah, 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 blah. I'm doing this on the fly, so like, don't even judge me. This is about to be cool. Boom. What are your thoughts? Let's go to that panel. Boom. Like a boss handling this live stream. Here we go. There's the question. How you like that one? What are your thoughts on live shows at this point in the pandemic? So, number one, I believe that live shows are honestly worth it when it comes to marketing and promoting your music. 100%. So my feelings on live shows in general have not changed. When it comes to the pandemic, though, safety is the number one concern of safety for artists, and then safety for like fans as well. Safety for the staff at venues, and any of the in between folks that might interact when a live show is going on. Really quick shout out to Serious Mike in the chat. I see your question. I'll add it here in a second. So when I think about the pandemic and doing live shows, I want folks to be safe. I like shows that have mask guidelines. Not that I necessarily feel like masks are. I don't feel like masks are the most comfortable situation to be, enjoying a show. No, because it could get hot, it could get uncomfortable. But do I believe that we should use them at shows? I think we should take every full precaution that we can in order to keep people safe. That's what my thoughts are on live shows. Should you book them right now? Yes. Now that more venues are open and we understand how to keep people a little bit more safe and folks are vaccinated, I believe you should have shows. I believe you should do whatever you feel is safe. Ask for vaccination cards. Don't ask for vaccination cards, but have instant test or have mask ready. Just do what you can in order to follow the guidelines of that venue. Also create your own guidelines as an artist. So you keep your fans and yourself safe. That's my primary thoughts about live shows during the pandemic. Now the follow-up question. Are we gonna go on tour? That's a great question. So here's my feeling about shows when it comes to our company and getting those things done. I want to book a lot more shows, and I want a lot more shows to happen. The hard part is, can we get people to come out for a hip hop show in an area that isn't always conducive for that? And not to say that hip hop artists have the worst situations, because some are more successful than others. But ultimately, what I'm saying is that it's hard for any independent musician to get people to come out. Because I believe there's this push and pull type of thing with artists and fans, where some fans just don't want to spend the time, and that's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow. What you got to do is continue to work on your product, and that's what we'll do as a label. And we'll also book shows no matter what, no matter who comes out, really. Because if we're gaining fans one at a time, one by one, even if a few people show up, I think that's better than no people. So we will get out there and have some more shows. A tour, that's another story. Maybe on the West Coast, where we have more traction, especially in LA. In Portland, in some other place in Oregon, I can't remember, Salem, the Bay Area. We have a lot more draw in some of those places, so a West Coast tour wouldn't be bad for us. I'm going to keep answering questions. Be sure to share this video with somebody else. Be sure to follow me at WordPlay TJ on all social media platforms, and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to go on to the question from Serious Mike. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that question into our slides here. If I can get it to work out right. There we go. Did it paste? Nope. Oh, there it is. There it is. Kind of randomly at the top of the screen. I'm gonna get it to work here in a second. Let me stop tripping. You tripping? Slides. Here we go. Let's do that. There we go. All right. So, Serious Mike ask, trying to sign up to start streaming my music, but have the hardest time getting my resizing my photos to 3,000 by 3,000. Any tips on how to resize photos for streaming services? Yes, sir. I have the best tip ever. And I'm going to put this link down in the chat. http:// I'm drawing a blank right now. I know what I want to say, but I can't remember what I was going to do. Canva.com. So you want to use canva.com, and I put that in the chat. First of all, when it comes to your photos, if you don't have photos that are really, really big, and you, let's say, for example, you took them on an old phone or something like that. If you don't have photos that are really, really big, and you have a newer phone, say like a Galaxy or what's that other one by Google, the Google Pixel, or you have an iPhone, go ahead and take bigger pictures with those devices, or hire a photographer so you can get pictures that are bigger than 3,000 by 3,000. 3,000 by 3,000, honestly, in the graphics world, is kind of a small size. When we're thinking about documents, like a regular sheet of paper or like something like that, document sizes are way bigger than those pixels that we use on the screen. So like a 8 by 10 document, which is like a regular piece of copy paper, or 8.5 by 11. Sorry, that's a crap ton of pixels when you put that on Photoshop. So what you want to do, hire a photographer, number one, or get somebody that's good at taking photos with the phone. Take those photos, put them into canva.com, create your work. As a matter of fact, I might be able to pull up Canva over here. Yeah, go to canva.com and you can find a template. And there's an app for this, by the way, for album covers. Well, okay. It just did all of that for no reason. You can find a template for album covers. So click on album covers. And then here's a bunch of blank templates for album covers. And guess what? The sizing should be pretty appropriate for what you need. If you can't find the sizing that you need, you can create a design, do a custom size, make sure you have it set to pixels. You can do 3,000 by 3,000 and then create a new design. So that's how you do that. Hopefully I answered that question well. And that answer suffice. Serious Mike, let me know in the chat if you feel like I hit that on the head. And if you do have more questions, be sure to kind of hit me up in my email, wptj@otmmg.com. Icarus Gray, can you put that in the chat for me, please? In the meantime, I'm going to copy the next question. put it in our slides here. And all right, so this is a big question. This comes from Tabitha Polaris, and do I put my corporation name, artist name, as my record label, or leave it blank for independent release when registering with organizations or distributor? That's a great question. So I don't know, maybe I feel like I need to illustrate this. So let me see if I can get a blank slide, because this is how I would organize something like this. So I'm going to duplicate that, get a little blank slide here, move this forward, get my pen ready. All right, and I'm going to get my tablet out so I can jiggity draw. Boom, boom. Can I draw this? Yep, I sure can. All right, so say this is your music company, right? And for me, this is my music company, OTM, right? And I'm attached to OTM, right? So there's me. Here's my company, and me as the individual. If you are distributing music, so you have your distributor here, you can sign up with your distributor either as an individual or as a company. It's your choice. Just realize that, however, oh, my cam's in the way of my drawing. Sorry. Let me get rid of my cam. Boom. Haha. And let me get rid of this image up here. Boom. Haha. So sorry about that if you didn't see that. So we got On the Map Music Group at the top. That's the company. Me, TJ. I'm the individual, and I can sign up with distribution over here. I can sign up with distribution over here as an individual or a company. So I can make that choice. You got to make that choice early on so you don't make any mistakes. For most people, you'll sign up as an individual and you'll be just fine. Cool. But in your situation, I need a little bit more context, right? Do you put your artist name as your record label? Do you leave it blank? Is your company only handling music, right? So the question is the company only handling music? And we'll use this symbol for music. So yeah, Tabitha, let me know if your company is only handling music, because if it is, I would go ahead and use the company for distribution. If your company is handling something like merchandise and some other stuff, I would not mix company that way. I would use your artist name as a way to distribute and go from there. And I'm just waiting for a second in the chat to see if Tabitha responds to that question. So I'll keep going while I'm waiting to see if there's a response here. Have multiple corporations for multiple streams. Have a corporation for multiple streams of income and a DBA under that under that core, my artist name. Got it. So On the Map Music Group for me is only about music, and in the future it will become On the Map Media Group. Oh, that DB under that for my artist. Okay. On the Map Music Group for me is only a music company, and I have signed up with my distributor as On the Map Music Group. Because I'm a sole proprietor, I can sign up with just my name. If I have a legal corporation like an LLC or a corporation, I can sign up as that company. It is best for you if you have a corporation that handles music on the books, then go ahead and sign up as under that corporation name. It's best for tax purposes. It's best for your banking. It's best for all of that. You're an S corp. Okay, very good. So yeah, so it's like a single member corporation. So like, yeah. Yeah, sign up with your distributor with that company name, so it appears. So, for example, if I search Wordplay TJ in Google, boom, there I am. So whenever I search this up, and I'm looking for my songs in my profile, I think normally at one point in time the record label would show up here. Over here on this side, the record label would say On the Map Music Group or something like that. The best way to make that happen is to be under your distributor and listed as your corporation. So yes, I think that using your corporation name is the best way to why did I do that? Is the best way to sign up. Hopefully that's clear enough. If for some reason you need to separate it out from your corporation, then yes, you can go in that direction. But if you have big dreams, keep it under the corporation. Anybody else have any questions that I can answer? We got about 5 minutes left before we end the stream. I appreciate everybody that has come through, asked their questions. I appreciate folks that liked the video, continue to like the video for the last few minutes to push it on the algorithm. And yeah, share this live stream with somebody else. I'm just waiting to see if there's any final questions. In the meantime, let's do some shameless plugging. So I have an ebook out there called 4 Ps to Starting Your Independent Music Career, How to Use Product Placement, Publishing, and Promotion to Your Advantage. Go check that out on my website. This is some sponsored content, so I want to get rid of this part. 4 Ps is available for $5 on my website. The link is down in the description. If you ever want to sit with me and book a consultation, let me move my face out the way. If you ever want to sit with me and book a consultation, I am available for a 1-hour session. I break down how you can earn revenue from your music, get you a custom plan for the next 6 months on your journey, and you get my support via email, and you can ask your questions there. Use the discount code book20 for 20% off. And if for some reason that discount code doesn't work, let me know in my email, wptj@otmmg.com. Icarus Gray has put that in the chat. Thank you, sir, for doing that. So that is it. I appreciate every one of you being here. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Be sure to share this with somebody else. Be sure to like this video. And yeah, until next time, it is your homeboy Wordplay TJ. Peace out.
Yeah, 1 2 1 2. Think I lost my lyrics. Yeah. I say damn, that's my jam, and I don't think you understand. That's my jam, nothing between me and my fam. That's my jam. There ain't an obstacle they hand me. I keep on standing. Now every time I'm in the room, watch me change the state. And when I open up my eyes, it's my day to day. Even with 23 and me, I bet they can't relate. I bet on faith, and next you know we here to celebrate. Yeah, hella greats, never breaks, demonstrates. We just sticking to the stakes. Odds are I'm in my prime when I even out the weight. It ain't hard for me to find, it's not really me to trace. It's enough to be defined, I don't need another state. At this rate, they just watching me grow. Add like me goes, want it all, me dose. I'm the type to need foes, plus 5 C-ghosts. You gon' need a peephole just to recognize my style. Everybody that missed got flipped and recognize me now. I say damn, that's my jam, and I don't think you understand. That's my jam, nothing between me and my fam. That's my jam, there ain't an obstacle they hand me. I keep on standing, can't miss my chance. I'm talking big things, spitting big flames on that big stage. Now watch me go. I'm talking big things, spitting big flames on that big stage till I'm the GOAT. Yeah, glad I opened my eyes, evaporated my pride, move to the side. Small pens don't try, in my head they don't fly. About to live in my life, no strife. I'm gonna look in my lane, no strikes is butter when you let go of that knife. Just utter words that'll change your life, so you can bob to that beat. Let them sob to your peak, let them inch to your feet. Let them know you don't see no energy that's too weak. Heavy guard in my cheek, like a flat iron draw heat. Painted with a motif, I'm scared of you like heat. Yeah, growing is out of control. Whatever the weather go bold, it's bound to get better, you know. Together you tether, don't feel it and let them just blow. Whoa, I don't fold, I let go what I can't control. You can't catch me in the doze, I'm too vibrant in my soul. I say damn, that's my jam, and I don't think you understand. That's my jam, nothing between me and my fam. That's my jam, there ain't an obstacle they hand me. I keep on standing, can't miss my chance. I'm talking big.